Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Women Are Worthy Network, the Women Are Worthy Show. I am so glad you're here with me. Today is a wonderful day. Now, I'm your host, Jacqueline Charles. Welcome again to the Women Are Worthy Network. Now, check this out. And I mentioned this on social media. You meet a beautiful spirit that matches up with you. You then become sister friends. Your sister friend calls you and tells you she has cancer. What do you do? What do you say? Because oftentimes when we hear the diagnosis of someone, we don't know what to say. How do we have conversations with them? So today we have a beautiful, beautiful spirit by the name of Vernitta Rose Love. She's the founder, president, CEO, on and on and on of BNRAC. Let me just tell you a little something about this. She decided, in honor of her friend, she was going to start, you know, a resource for women who have cancer. She wants to help educate people. Not only that, she decided to shave her head, go bald. Now, we always talk about our hair is our glory, crowning glory. She's dispelling myths right now and right here, dispelling all myths. And when I tell you, Renita, when I say you fly, you are fly, girlfriend. You are fly. You hear me? I wanted to, the fact that you're a cancer advocate, yes, you did not have cancer, but you're advocating, for your friend, and you're speaking up for people who can't speak. You established the organization because of your personal experience that transpired between you and your bestie. Tell us a little bit about who you are, because I am so touched by your story. I'm so touched by your friendship. When they talk about women don't work together, they don't support each other, baby, if you're going to shave your head, I don't know what is empowering.
Hello, everyone, and thank you so much, my sister, for having me here. And it's a blessing to be here. Yes, 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 it's true. I am Vernitta Rose Love. Bald Nation rocks against cancer, and I am a cancer advocate, and that is my calling. It took me 60 years. I'll be 60 October 29th of this year. And it took me 60 years to figure out my real purpose and my calling for what God would have me to do with the remainder moving forward of my life.
I want to say something to you. Some people never know what their calling is. So, my sister, you're 60 years young. You hear me? You're not a senior citizen, you're a seasoned citizen, baby.
I love it.
So, tell us more, because you're fabulous. Tell us more about yourself.
So, what happened in 2019? I was working for the government. I spent 39 plus years with the government. I'm retired military, 27 years. And I was going into my second phase, third phase, fourth phase of life as far as working was concerned. And my plan was to travel around the world and hang out in Cuba and hang out with my Cuban family
Well,
members.
my people. Okay, my
I was
people.
just going to enjoy life.
Okay.
And so my friend, dearest friend, we've been friends for over 15 years. She was diagnosed with cancer. And so I would go and sit with her, talk with her, spend time with her. And then one day there was a small window, and her husband said, yeah, she's here in the house. You can come and visit her. And she came down the stairs. And as we all do, we always have different girlfriends,
Right.
hats or whatever. And she came down with a hat on. And she said, Rosie, I lost my hair. And I'm thinking, well, okay, let's go and find it, right? And she said, no, I lost my hair. I woke up this morning and it was smooth. And I said, well, you are beautiful. You look absolutely beautiful. And that came from my belly. It didn't just come from my mouth. It didn't come from my first thought. It came from my belly. And she started laughing. And my dearest friend, she has the biggest laugh and the biggest smile. And I said, you look beautiful. And so her laughter was my healing serum. Hearing her laugh was healing for me. I don't know what her laughter did for her, but what it did for me, it was like soothing because I could feel her pain losing her hair. So we talked and we had tea. And after our visit, I went home and I couldn't get to the door fast enough because I just started crying. I just broke down and I just had a moment because I was like, what do I do for my friend? You know, when your friend is going through something, you want to help. You want to do whatever you can to help them. So I prayed about it and I got up off my face and got myself together and I looked at myself in the mirror and God spoke to me. He spoke to me. He said, shave. So I called my barber. I said, hey, Craig, I want to shave. I want to really shave my head. I want to really go bald. And he was like, okay, well, let me schedule an appointment. You can get over here. And I was like, no, I need to do this like right now. And, you know, I couldn't get to him fast enough. So I called another guy friend of mine. I said, how do I make myself bald? And so, you know, he said, this is what you do. And so I put the cream on my head and it all ate off my hair. I went and washed it off. And I came back and looked in the mirror. It's nothing like life when you can laugh at yourself, right?
Yes.
I looked at myself and I said, ah, I'm bald. And right then, God spoke to me and he said, it is not about you. It is not about you. And I got myself together and I said, okay, it's not about me. And I got back to the real reason for shaving. And I called my girlfriend and I put her on the phone and I said, Passy, look. And she looked, she said, you did that? I said, yeah. And I said, I can't let you be beautiful by yourself. And she had the biggest laugh ever. And that's what we need. Laughter sets off the endorphins and it makes you feel better. And if you can do something to make someone else feel better, that's what you do. And from there, about 3 weeks after that, going to sleep at night, asking God, what would you have me to do other than shaving? And he spoke to me like Moses, speaking to Moses on the mountain, right? He said, you know, bald nation. Did a little research. Okay, somebody had bald nation. Bald nation rocks. Somebody had bald nation. Okay, bald nation rocks against cancer because that's what we gonna do. We gonna rock this XOXO and we gonna kick butt. And that's how Bald Nation Rocks Against Cancer came
You
about.
know, I love your story because it shows me so many things. It speaks on so many levels: empathy, compassion, love of yourself, love of your sister, love of God. And everything starts with love.
Absolutely.
And the fact that you're showing this woman, and we're told so many different things as women, not like men. We have to look a certain way, we have to talk a certain way, we have to dress a certain way. So now, when you get that diagnosis, and then your hair starts to fall, so many things is going through your mind, so many things, you know, the pride, the ego, and if you're married or if you're dating someone or just things like that, or your children, so let me throw on my hat or throw on a wig or throw on. So you allowed her to see, baby, you're fabulous, but you know what, you ain't gonna be fabulous by yourself. We're gonna ride this
We're
together.
gonna do this together. We're
So
gonna do this together and we're gonna fight this thing. And today she is doing very well.
good.
She's rung the bell. She's had her surgeries and she's doing fine. She has a hair full of hair and mine won't grow back.
But see, and maybe it's a good thing, because
Yeah.
think about the name of your company. So now all of a sudden you're gonna have a head full of hair, and they're gonna like, well, wait a minute, well, I was born. So I'm telling you, when God does put you through things, or
Yeah.
He does it for you, not to you. So it came out good. So we tell us a little bit more about the organization. I know you're an advocate for, but what else does it do?
Cancer, with cancer, you don't always lose your hair. But in
Mhm.
some cases, depending on the type of treatment that you undergo, that might be one of the results of it. So, with that, it brings on the uncertainties. And so Ball Nation Rocks Against Cancer, we wanted to address those things. We wanted to address the uncertainties of cancer, some of the things that women go through, the fight against it, not knowing what to do, where to go, who to talk to. So our services encompasses all of that, the whole woman from the top of her head to the sole of her feet. And so our services consist of, we have peer to peer, where we link up survivors with women who are newly diagnosed so that they can have someone to call and just ask those questions that they might not know to ask their physician, or the questions that they might get from their families, or even just bringing up the conversation with family and loved ones. Because, our families sometimes are not our best advocate, unfortunately, and it's true. Most of the women that I have spoken to, they say, my family was the worst people to talk to. And so I want to share, family, do your best to be the best support you can for your loved ones when they receive that diagnosis, and just be there to support them. Sometimes it requires you saying nothing,
Mm-hmm.
because once we let those words out, we can't take them back. Okay, so sometimes it's just being there for them, holding their hand, letting them know we're gonna kick butt. We're about to kick butt here. Our next services is a path to health, which is a support group. We call it Comfort Tea. We have Comfort Tea every month, every fourth Thursday. And we come together with a licensed counselor, therapist, and we just talk. Just women, family members, and we just talk about whatever. We don't always talk about cancer, but we just talk about life. And right now we're about to complete our 100 days of summer, where we just journaled. We journaled digitally, um, virtually, writing down or whatever, recording, taking pictures, whatever. And we're going to share that on tomorrow night. And one of our recipients who actually journaled their 100 days, they received a wonderful gift bag from us. And then our next service is prepared meals. We have a wonderful chef who delivers meals after a hospital stay, and he is awesome. He cooks all type of nutritious meals to your liking, and he delivers them. And then our next service is R&R therapy. We call it resilience and restoration therapy. That consists of hair restoration, nails. Our cancer, when they go through chemo, they lose their nail beddings and everything like that. Their skin dries up and becomes very flaky. Uh, Sometimes they might need a spa treatment. They might need a massage,
Mm-hmm.
a foot detox, aromatherapy, a yoga session, or whatever. We supply that for them. Then we have a medical transport where we schedule, they will call us and we arrange a transportation for them to get to their appointments. No cost, no cost to our recipients. And then we have what is our spiritual connection. Every Wednesday, 7 a.m., we have our prayer call. And we have women from all over the US that come together. They call in at 7 a.m. It starts out with a commentary about whatever God brings to my mind, whatever he gives me. And I ask him every Wednesday morning, Lord, what can I serve? What can I do to tell the people today? And he gives it to me. And I just speak right off. It's nothing planned, it's nothing written down or anything. He just gives it to me, and I give it to them the way he gives it to me. And then we have a women's confession that we recite over ourselves. And that's and then we also do cancer awareness.